Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, where did my fire go? Not just your energy, but that deep, confident, masculine spark that used to roar with life. Maybe you've noticed that things don't quite work like they used to in the bedroom. You love your partner. The desire is still there, but your body seems to have missed the memo. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, and more importantly, you're not broken. You're just not being told the truth. Here's the reality: as we age, things change. Testosterone dips, circulation slows, libido performance, even confidence can take a hit. But what if I told you that the answer isn't another little blue pill or a trip to the doctor's office? What if the solution is already in your kitchen, or could be starting tonight? That's right. In this video, we're diving into 5 everyday vegetables, real, natural foods that doctors and researchers have found can dramatically improve blood flow, boost libido, and yes, even help you get rock-hard erections naturally, even into your 70s and beyond. These aren't magical cures. They're real tools your body can use to reignite the kind of power you thought was long gone. So let's not waste another minute wondering. Let's jump right in and talk about the first one that could change your mornings and your nights. Let's talk about beets. Not the sexiest vegetable in the world, I'll give you that. But stay with me here. Beets are rich in nitrates, compounds that your body turns into nitric oxide. And nitric oxide, that's the stuff your blood vessels need to relax and expand. Think of it like clearing out a traffic jam in your bloodstream. When blood flows better, everything works better, especially down there. In fact, there are multiple studies, real, peer-reviewed science, that have shown men who increase their intake of nitrate-rich vegetables like beets experience stronger, firmer erections, and not just once in a while, consistently. Doctors have even begun recommending beet juice before workouts because it improves circulation and endurance. Now imagine what it can do before intimacy. You can roast them, juice them, even shred them raw into salads. The key is consistency. If you've never liked beets, try mixing them with carrots or apples in a juice. The sweetness balances out the earthy taste. Just don't be surprised if, after a few weeks, you notice more morning wood and stronger drive. That's your body waking back up. Now, while beets get the blood flowing, our next vegetable is like rocket fuel for your testosterone. Ever heard of spinach? Of course you have, but you probably didn't know it was once considered a man's food. Long before protein powders and hormone gels came onto the scene, spinach is rich in magnesium, a mineral that's been directly linked to higher levels of free testosterone, the form of testosterone your body can actually use. It also contains folate, which improves blood flow. Combine those two, and you've got a leafy green that helps you feel stronger, more energetic, and, yes, sexually alive again. One study published in the International Journal of Andrology found that men with higher magnesium intake had significantly better testosterone levels and improved erectile function. That's not a coincidence. Magnesium supports over 300 bodily processes, including those involved in sexual performance. Now, I know not everyone's a fan of leafy greens, but spinach can be incredibly versatile. You can throw it into a morning smoothie, saute it with garlic for dinner, or mix it into scrambled eggs. And just a handful a day can begin to make a difference over time. Here's the best part. You don't need to become a health freak overnight. These aren't drastic changes. These are small, simple tweaks to your plate that can ripple into powerful, noticeable results in your body. You're not trying to become someone else. You're just giving your body the fuel it's been silently asking for all these years. Remember, aging isn't the enemy. In fact, with the right foods, your 70s can be your most powerful decade yet. You've got the wisdom, you've got the experience. Now it's time to get the energy and vitality to match. We're only getting started here, because while beets and spinach are working on your blood flow and hormone support, the next vegetable we're going to cover has been quietly used for centuries across cultures to ignite male virility, and it works in a way you probably never expected, and that vegetable is garlic. Yes, humble, pungent, kitchen staple garlic. You might be thinking garlic. Really? But stay with me, because garlic has been praised for centuries not just for flavor, but for its incredible medicinal powers, especially when it comes to the male body. Here's the thing about garlic. It's a natural blood thinner. And what that means for you is improved circulation. When blood flows more freely, it reaches every part of the body more efficiently, including the places that matter most in the bedroom. But garlic goes deeper than just circulation. It's also a powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory agent which helps protect your blood vessels and keep them open and flexible. Doctors have long known that garlic can reduce plaque buildup in arteries, which is often one of the silent reasons erections become weaker with age. If the pathways are clogged, blood simply can't reach where it needs to. But garlic over time helps clear those pathways out, and get this, some studies have shown that garlic can help boost testosterone production as well. Not in a dramatic overnight kind of way, but through long-term support of the glands and systems that regulate your hormones. In other words, it's like tuning up an old engine so it runs smoother and stronger. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That's great, but I don't want to walk around smelling like a garlic clove. And that's fair. But you don't need to go overboard. Even 1 or 2 cloves a day, chopped finely and added to meals, can make a noticeable difference. Just be sure to let the chopped garlic sit for 5–10 minutes before cooking it. That's when it releases a powerful compound called allicin, which is where most of the health benefits come from. You can also try aged garlic supplements if raw isn't your thing. But nothing quite beats the real stuff. Garlic gives your body the tools to get the blood moving again, and that's the foundation for everything else. Now let's shift gears, because the next vegetable on our list doesn't just improve circulation or hormones, it actually targets energy. That spark, that motivation, that drive you used to feel when you saw your partner smile at you or touched your hand, that deep inner fire that says, yes, I've still got it. And the vegetable that does this, chili peppers, specifically hot peppers like cayenne, jalapenos, or even red pepper flakes, these spicy little guys contain a compound called capsaicin, the thing that gives them their heat. But what most people don't realize is that capsaicin triggers a natural release of endorphins and stimulates your nervous system, which in turn ramps up blood flow and raises your heart rate in a good way. Ever eaten something spicy and felt your face flush? That's blood circulation working overtime. Now apply that concept to your lower half. Improved blood flow, a slightly elevated heart rate, and a metabolic boost, all of it helps support stronger, longer, lasting erections. And here's the fun part, capsaicin also helps boost libido. Yes, really, it stimulates nerve endings that create a sense of excitement and pleasure. It's nature's way of saying, wake up, let's go! And for men over 70, that extra kick can go a long way. Of course, you don't need to burn your mouth out every day. A pinch of cayenne in your soup, a slice of jalapeno in your salad, even hot sauce on your eggs. It doesn't take much. Just enough to feel the tingle and get things moving. Some men have even reported that after incorporating more spicy foods into their meals, their sexual energy didn't just return. It came back stronger than ever. More spontaneous erections, more confidence, more desire. That's the power of circulation and nerve stimulation working together. But let's not stop there, because while garlic and chili wake your body up from the inside out, the next vegetable brings something a little different to the table. Something older men often forget: they need balance. And that's where avocados come in. Yes, avocados are technically a fruit, but in the culinary world, they're treated like a vegetable, so we're counting them. Why? Because they're loaded with healthy fats, specifically monounsaturated fats that help support heart health, hormone production, and, most importantly, testosterone balance. Avocados are also high in potassium, which helps regulate blood pressure. And remember, high blood pressure is one of the top reasons men experience erectile dysfunction. You've got to keep those blood vessels relaxed and open. That's where potassium plays its role. But here's the real secret weapon in avocados: vitamin B6 and folic acid. Together, these nutrients help produce energy and reduce stress. And if you've ever felt mentally drained or emotionally disconnected from your partner, you know stress is a major libido killer. 1/2 of an avocado a day is more than enough. You can mash it on toast, dice it into salads, or blend it into a smoothie. And yes, men who eat avocados regularly have been found to have higher testosterone levels and better sexual function than those who don't. Nature's butter, they call it. Smooth, satisfying, and surprisingly potent when it comes to men's health. Now, think about what we've covered so far. You're not just hearing about random vegetables. You're learning how each one plays a different, powerful role in bringing your body back into balance. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about owning your age and thriving in it. Because here's the truth most people won't tell you: you don't need to slow down. You don't have to accept weakness or fatigue or low drive as just part of getting older. You can still feel strong. You can still feel alive. You can still wake up with a sense of power and purpose. And the best part, it doesn't require a prescription or a doctor's visit. It starts with the food you choose to put on your plate. there's still one more vegetable that brings it all together. The one that acts as the final piece of the puzzle and works silently behind the scenes to make all the others even more effective. And that final vegetable is tomatoes. Now I know, tomatoes might seem too ordinary to be powerful. They're in pasta sauce, sandwiches, salads, but don't let their simplicity fool you. Because when it comes to supporting your sexual health, especially as you age, tomatoes are doing something most people completely overlook. Tomatoes are packed with lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that fights inflammation and helps improve blood vessel function. What does that mean for you? It means better circulation, lower risk of plaque buildup in arteries, and more consistent blood flow to the areas that need it most. Sound familiar? But here's where it gets really interesting. Lycopene has been linked to improved prostate health, and if you're over 60, you already know how important that is. A healthy prostate supports better urinary function and stronger sexual response. When your prostate's inflamed or swollen, everything slows down, becomes uncomfortable, or just doesn't work. Lycopene helps keep that under control. Doctors have noted that men with diets rich in tomatoes, especially cooked tomatoes, have a lower risk of prostate problems, including enlarged prostate and even prostate cancer. Why cooked? Because when you cook tomatoes, the lycopene becomes more bioavailable, easier for your body to absorb, so a warm bowl of tomato soup, a hearty marinara, or even a simple tomato-based curry can do more for your manhood than you might think. But it's not just lycopene. Tomatoes also contain potassium, folate, and vitamin C, all of which contribute to better blood pressure, heart health, and stress reduction. And when your heart is working well, your erections are too. It's that simple. When you combine tomatoes with some of the other foods we've talked about, like garlic, spinach, even chili, you're not just eating a meal. You're crafting a strategy. You're fueling your body with everything it needs to fire on all cylinders again. That's the beauty of this whole thing. You're not relying on medications or hoping for luck. You're taking control one bite at a time. Now let's pause here. Let's really take this in. Think back over the last few years. How many moments have you missed? How many nights have felt like a disappointment? Not because you didn't care, not because you didn't want to, but because your body didn't respond the way you wished it would. That can chip away at your confidence, your connection, even your joy. But the truth is, that power, that spark, it's not gone, it's just been sleeping. And with a little help, natural, wholesome, healing help, it can come roaring back to life. You've just discovered 5 vegetables that are backed by science, recommended by doctors, and used by men around the world to revive their strength, rebuild their confidence, and reclaim their sex lives. Without side effects, without shame, and without waiting for a prescription. Beets to open up the blood vessels, spinach to supercharge your testosterone, garlic to clear the pathways and restore flow, chili peppers to reignite energy and passion, and tomatoes to protect your prostate and keep your heart pumping strong. You don't need to overhaul your life. You don't need to become someone new. You just need to start making small, powerful choices that honor the man you still are, the man your partner still desires, the man who still deserves to feel vital, respected, and alive in his own skin. Because here's the truth, aging is not a slow fade into weakness. It can be a rise into wisdom, strength, and deeper joy. And yes, that includes your sex life. In fact, it especially includes your sex life. Because intimacy, touch, connection, those don't have an expiration date. They're yours for as long as you want them. If you've ever felt like giving up or settling for less, don't. You have more control than you've been told. More ability to feel good, to feel strong, to feel like yourself again. All it takes is a little trust in your body and a lot less trust in the myths of aging we've all been fed. So start simple. Pick one of these vegetables and add it to today's dinner. Make it a habit. Then build from there. Maybe a beet smoothie on Tuesday, spinach and garlic with your eggs, chili on your soup, a warm plate of tomato stew with your evening meal. Little by little, day by day, your body will remember what it's capable of. Your energy will rise, your confidence will return, and you'll begin to feel, not just hope, but know that things are changing. And when they do, when that first strong, spontaneous erection surprises you again, when your partner looks at you with that glint of admiration and curiosity, when you look in the mirror and see a man who hasn't given up but is just getting started, that will be the real reward. So I want to leave you with this. You're not past your prime, you're in it. And your body, your incredible, resilient, powerful body, is ready to rise again. Give it the right fuel. Give it some love. And don't be surprised when it rewards you with something that feels like magic. If this video gave you hope, if it reminded you of what's possible, drop a comment below. Tell me what you're going to try first. I want to hear from you. I want to know your story. And if you know another man who could use this message, send it to him. Don't keep this to yourself. And of course, if you found this helpful, click that like button, subscribe for more uplifting and honest health advice made just for you, and turn on the bell so you never miss a video. Because we're not done here. We're just beginning. Here's to living your best life at any age and feeling like a man every single day.